Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Joe. Welcome back to my channel. This video, we're continuing on Build the Batmobile from the 1966 classic TV series. This is my second package, and I got stages 3, 4, and 5. When you start the subscription, your first package will have 2 stages. You could catch the video on that one in my bio. And then pack 2, you get 3 stages, 3, 4, and 5. And then from pack 3 and onwards, I'm going to get 6 stages per pack. This stage, let's get into it. It's not going to be that much this video, but let's go through the magazine you get. So they're continuing on every episode, every stage. They're going to give you a rundown of the TV series episodes. So stage 3 talks about episode 3, season 1 of the 1966 series. And then it has more info on Batman. If you're a Batman fan, it has a lot of info on his beginnings and everything he's done since since I think the 50s, right? So here we are. This is stage 3. Looks like this. This looks like a pretty detailed stage. We're going to be working on the roll bar down the center of the vehicle, and the beacon and the bat turn lever. So let me get set up here real quick, and then we'll get into this. All right, so I'm pretty much set up here. I have my screwdriver. I have all the parts laid out. I have all my nuts and bolts, my screws, and we're ready to go. So basically, again, we have the roll bar. This piece is metal, and they already pre-installed decals, which is nice. Then we have the bat turn lever parts down here, and then we have the beacon assembly. And then these things sticking up that look like the ears, the bat ears. This book calls them the left dome lens stalk. So whatever that means. I've never seen something like that before. They're called a stalk, S-T-A-L-K. So let's get into it. Okay, step 1. We're going to take these guys, pull them off. I'm going to have to do some trimming on these. All right, so the roll bar light cups and lenses, they look like this, and they go inside like so. Very tiny for big fingers, so be careful. They don't seem to like have any friction. They just kind of fit in there. So maybe something else later on is going to keep these in place. Usually stuff have a little bit of friction and they stay in there that way, but not these. So what we're going to do is take the roll bar top, we flip it over, and it looks like they slide in here like this. just fit a little bit snug in here. So I get all of these. Get these in place. Okay. Next up, then we have the and we cover it with the roll bar cover light bracket with 2 ACM screws. That goes down here. Yeah, it fits in place and holds those lens in there. Let's get some ACM screws. And secure that so they don't come off. Just get snug down. Don't over tighten anything ever. Okay, next up, you flip the roll bar over. You take your lens cover. Fits right in there. There's two very small posts that fit in these 2 holes. So light pressure. We're gonna seat this. Then it wants you to take the lens cover and push it through this way, and just like so. So that doesn't really fit. That fits in there, but it's, once again, it's not like a friction fit, so just kind of put it on the side so it doesn't fall out. All right, next up we have the LED for the beacon, and it goes inside of the LED bracket. So we're gonna push that in. That fits in there nice and snug, not coming off. And then you kind of just bend it slightly through the opening like so. Okay, flip your roll bar back over, and you put this bracket inside here. Okay, and then you take your bracket cover and you secure it with 2 AM screws. So let me get that ready. And then that'll hold the beacon LED, the beacon lens and everything in place. One more. Dang it. No harm, no foul. All right, so we pushed everything together into the beacon from below, and then we covered the LED inside the beacon with the cover with 2 AM screws. Let's make sure everything's snug, and that comes out like that for later installation. Okay, next up we got the bat turn lever. Okay, and we're going to fit that into the bottom of the roll bar cover, which is right here. Looks like this. This piece, which looks like a, it's kind of rubberized. I could squeeze it to make it look like you know, like the real thing, like a leather dust cover. I'm gonna take our this piece, put it through here, and this is a friction fit. Got it in there like that, and then you take this piece, put it through the roll bar cover, and that fits there. It's rubberized, so it kind of like fits in pretty good. And then you take your actual handle that that Batman, I think one episode he grabbed it, turned it, and the car did like a 90-degree turn real fast. It's pretty cool. So that just friction fits in there. So we got everything in place for here. And this is painted red already. It's like a red chrome. Okay, so now put this back to the side. They gave me an extra piece. It came with one extra one, and it came with one extra dome light for the stalks. So let's put this aside. Bring this guy back. Okay. So now we take our stalks and we put them on here. And we're going to secure these with NP screws. So let me get those bad boys ready. Oh my gosh, these are super tiny and thin. I don't know if you can see that. I wonder if it'll even fit on my my screwdriver. Barely. Let's flip this over and connect these. Actually, it's going in really smooth. That's pretty cool. Some serious engineering with these little tiny parts. So if anybody thinks like, oh, this is too expensive, look at my first video and compare it to the Jazz Inc. version. Jazz Inc. version is just like a high-end toy car that, you know, that is built in 1/6 scale of the 1966 Batmobile, and there's definitely not as nearly as many pieces on that vehicle as there is going to be for this vehicle, even though this is 1/8 scale, a little bit smaller. This is going to have probably hundreds of additional parts that one doesn't have. Like for example, the bottom, like the chassis, the undercarriage, all of those, all different pieces. But the Jazz Inc. version, it's just one solid molded piece to cover the bottom, and then they paint it to show the different components under the undercarriage. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. So these are the stalks. We got the beacon, and now the last step, or one of the last steps, we take these covers and they fit right on here. Friction fit. I am going to not glue them unless I have to, but they fit nice and snug like that. If they should come off in the future, then I'll put a little tiny dab of glue on there. All right, so now these two are extra parts. We need to get some AM screws ready because we're going to connect the bottom roll cage to the upper. The first thing we're going to do, looks like we need 3 screws. We have to feed this LED plug through here. Then we're going to flip this over, And then this is the final piece, so it'll hold everything in place underneath here. And you get some screws going and secure this. Oops. I'm thinking about redoing my workstation here, because like I want to have a side-by-side comparison as I build this with the Jazz Ink version, the 1/6 scale. And if I ever get around to it, I'm going to do the Fanhome Ecto 1, and I'll do the Fanhome DeLorean, and to do the same thing, do a side-by-side comparison with my Hot Toys 1/6 scale versions of those. I'll show you those once I get my my display case. And you know, I want to do a video and kind of show all my stuff I have in my little display room. And this is it, last screw. And we have a completed roll bar for the 1966 Batmobile. Let me just do a final torque check. And we'll move on to stage 4. Okay, thanks for watching. There you have it. Look at how nice that is. The LED beacon's going to light up. We have a very detailed turn handle. We got some more lights and lenses here, and we have the lenses on the top of the stalks. And there you have it. All right, guys, we are back with the Pack 2, Stage 4 of Build a 1966 Batmobile. Here's Stage 4. We got Episode 4. Goes through there. It looks like he meets the Penguin for the first time. Goes through that. Talks about Batman Year 1. Pretty nice. Looks like Batman getting involved in some type of war. I don't know which one. Maybe Vietnam. More old origin info. And then here we are, car parts for Stage 4. Now Stage 4 is the front windshield. And look how nicely it's packaged in this box, and it's going to be well protected. So I am not going to take this out and do anything, because all we have to do is, for the front windshield, is just connect, friction fit these supports. You look at the instruction, all you do is press fit these supports onto the corners of the windshields, and that's it, you're done. So to prevent me, I don't want to get this scratched up, because I'm probably not going to install this windshield to the very, very end, which is, you know, 90 stages from now. And I could do this, putting these brackets in there at the last minute right before I install this on the vehicle. So that's what you have here for Stage 4, is just fitting the windshield supports onto the front windscreen. And that's that. That takes care of Stage 4. All right, welcome back. We're at the third stage of this package, Package 2. We got 3 stages, 3, 4, and 5. So here is number 5. In this stage, we're going to be working on the bell housing. But like the other ones, It continue on with season 1, episode 5, gives you a rundown on that episode. Here's a lot of info on the Joker. I don't know what the obsession with the Joker for Batman fans, but I guess there is one. And then some more Batman year by year old comics that goes through. And then we get into our car parts and the stage. This seems fairly simple. Like I said, we're working on the bell housing, and we're also working on the starter and its cable. It comes with this black hose to simulate like a battery cable or the starter cable, and it came in one long tube, and it tells you to cut it down. You need one 70 millimeters and one 60 millimeters. So let's get started on the bell housing. First, we take the bell housing cover. This part is plastic, okay? And this part, the actual bell housing, it's metal. Plastic and metal. So we're going to take this piece and get our plate and poke through the slit. Okay, which one is this? 05C. 05C is the little one. I suppose 05D is later on. Okay, 05C goes in here like this. And we connect it with, I think it only goes one way. Let's try and flip it over and see. Yeah, we don't get it lined up. So it only goes on one way to where these ears fit over the studs. And we need to secure it with some FP screws. Let's get a screw ready. Do this one more time. Fairly easy, went in nice and smooth. But that is usually the case with metal into plastic, and that's why you don't want to overdo it. You just want it until it stops only. Don't force it or else it'll strip out. Next, we take the bell housing, looking like this, and we're going to be using DM screws. Let me get that ready. And we're going to take this bracket, and it's going to fit through this slot now. And this is symmetrical, so it looks like it doesn't matter which way you put it in. It fits through the slot like that, and you secure it. Just until it bottoms down, and a little tiny hint of torque on there. There we go. Next up, we're going to take this cover that we just finished here, gets flipped around, and it gets connected here, and we're going to secure that with 3 CM screws. It just fits on one way. Grab a screw, get this going. It's a pretty easy pack. Next month, when I start getting 6 stages per month, it's going to be a little more in depth. I'll work on editing a little more, so that way you can shorten the videos but still get the full content, you know. Alright, so now the bell housing's all put together, and now we're going to be, looks like, connecting the starter to it. So we're going to put that down like that, And we need this piece. 05H is going to be the 70 millimeter. So best way to put these on is get it lined up and then wiggle it. I found wiggling it, it just goes right in. Okay. Now we're going to press fit this into the bell housing plate right here, down here at the bottom. And that fits kind of snug. If, like I said, later on down the road, if that should come off, I don't know exactly the orientation I need yet, so I need this to turn, because I may have to have it like up, or I may have to have it down. You see how that fell out right there with just a little manipulation. You know, I maybe need to be down more. So for the meantime, just gonna leave it like that, press fit in, and then later on I'll glue it if need be. Okay, next up, according to the pic though, right here, it looks like it's just 90 degrees out that way. And I don't want to turn it too much and then wear it out, you know, and then I'll definitely need glue, you know. Next up, we have the starter. So we're going to take this piece, connect it to one end of the cable, just wiggle it back and forth, and it just goes right on. Instead of trying to go push it forward, goes right on. Then we take the starter, look for the hole. There's a hole in the starter here. And okay, we're not connecting the starter yet. We're just going to connect the cable to the starter. So this one fit in really nice, and it's it ain't coming out without, you know, it fits in nice without any glue. And that's pretty much it. We'll install these at a later date. That's all for today. We have our bell housing and starter. And there you have it. All right, guys, we'll see you next month. Stand by or come check back into my channel, because I'm still waiting on my next month's packs for my R2-D2, my 1970 Dodge Charger, and my Mark III Iron Man. So those are interesting builds. I am almost done with my R2-D2. Here's some of the body panels. You can see that's really nice. This is a 1:2 scale. So that's coming along real well. I have not that much more to go. My 1970 Dodge Charger is coming along too. I am doing the fast track on it so I could get it done quick. And here we are so far. Got the whole engine together. Got all 4 wheels. This thing is heavy. The chassis, it's comprised of 3 pieces, all screwed together. The underside, you can see more of the engine detail. These are all pieces put together. It's not just one molded piece and then painted. You know, we have our exhaust system, exhaust pipes, our mufflers, tailpipes, leaf springs, tires, wheels, and brake calipers, all of it put together, each individual piece. It's not just one molded toy, it's an actual model. Okay, so that's all I have for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, bye.